Have you noticed how the world trains you to wake up already losing? Before your feet even touch the floor, you're handed a script. Check the notifications, absorb the outrage, perform a version of yourself that keeps other people comfortable. And here's the brutal part, most of it isn't even real. It's a stage set. A polite, well-lit illusion. In this video, I'll give you 5 Stoic rules you can use every morning to build yourself quietly, so by noon, you're harder to shake, harder to bait, and far less dependent on approval. And stay to the end, because the 5th rule exposes the one morning mistake almost everyone makes, an invisible mistake that turns disciplined people into exhausted people. Intero, set the frame plus expectations. Most people will never understand what it feels like to be at war with yourself before the rest of the world opens its eyes. That silent battlefield exists in the space between sleep and waking, where for a few seconds you don't remember who you are, what you lost, what you're carrying. Then it all comes back like sediment settling at the bottom of a glass, heavy, murky, yours. If you've ever laid there not because you're lazy, but because something inside you is asking a question with no easy answer, then you know what I mean. What's the point of rising, if nothing is rising with me? That question isn't weakness. It's the beginning of philosophy. Epictetus was born into chains, literal chains. A slave with no control over his body, his location, his freedom. And yet he became one of the sharpest minds in human history, not because life became easy, but because he discovered something no master could ever reach, your inner jurisdiction. He taught a simple idea that sounds small until you try to live it. Don't demand that life obey you. Train your mind to meet life as it is. That's what this episode is about. Not morning routines for productivity. Not aesthetics. Not a new identity you perform online. This is about building, quietly, methodically, from the inside out, like a cathedral being constructed in absolute darkness, stone by stone, before a single ray of light ever enters. Here's what we're going to do. Rule 1 will stop your mornings from being hijacked by noise. Rule 2 will cut the addiction to validation that social life quietly weaponizes. Rule 3 will turn anxiety into information instead of identity. Rule 4 will train your body and mind to tolerate discomfort without drama. And Rule 5, our peak rule, will teach you how to protect your energy so your discipline doesn't get farmed by other people. No hype. No preaching. Just a calm protocol for people who are tired of being pulled around. Let's begin. Rule 1, enter the day before the world enters you. Most people wake up and immediately open the gate. Phone. News. Messages. Other people's emotions. Other people's emergencies. Other people's opinions. And they call it being informed. But what it really is, most days, is being invaded. Marcus Aurelius wrote something that should be taped above every modern bed. Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. He didn't write that to be cynical. He wrote it to be ready. To enter the day as a sovereign mind, not a reactive animal. Here's the modern version. You wake up, and within 2 minutes you've already been exposed to a headline designed to spike your cortisol. A comment designed to trigger your pride. A message that carries someone else's panic. A calendar that tells you you're behind. And suddenly your morning is gone, without anything bad even happening yet. That's why this rule is first. Before you touch the world, touch your mind. Practical move. For the first 10 minutes of your morning, do not consume anything. No feeds. No inbox. No opinions. No, just checking messages. Instead, do what the Stoics did in private: set your inner posture. Ask one question. What kind of person am I going to be today, no matter what happens? If journaling is your thing, keep it blunt. What is within my control today? What is not within my control today? What is my one non-negotiable virtue? Courage, patience, discipline, honesty. If you don't journal, do it in your mind, but do it with clarity. Because the world is a marketplace of narratives. And if you don't choose yours first, you'll be rented by someone else's. Now, here's the Machiavellian part most people avoid saying out loud. A noisy society prefers you reactive. Reactive people are predictable. Predictable people can be managed. If your mood can be steered by a trending topic, you are not free. If your self-worth rises and falls with other people's attention, you are not free. If your mornings start with the world grabbing your face and turning it toward whatever it wants you to see, you are not free. So don't give the world your first breath. Give your first breath to the part of you that still belongs to you. A small ritual that works. Sit up. Feet on the floor. One slow inhale. One slow exhale. Then say, quietly, like a vow, I will not be recruited by noise. And then you move. Because the people who become unshakable by noon are the ones who protect their first minutes like sacred ground. Rule 2. Starve the need to be seen. There's a private hunger most adults carry, and they rarely admit it. They don't just want peace. They want to be understood. They want to be validated. They want someone to look at their life and finally say, yes, you're enough. That desire is human. But in a performative society, it becomes a trap. Machiavelli would recognize it immediately. He understood that crowds don't reward truth, they reward appearances. In a world of appearances, the fastest way to control a person is to control what they crave to be seen as. And today, the craving is constant. The world has turned being perceived into a drug. Likes, reactions, views, approval. Even in real life, subtle social tests, status games, unspoken hierarchies. Here's how it shows up in the morning. You wake up and already feel the urge to prove something. You haven't even lived the day yet, but you're already rehearsing how you'll explain yourself. Already imagining the version of you that gets respected. Already building a defense against being dismissed. This is exhausting. And it's why so many people feel tired before their day starts. The Stoics had a cure for this. They trained themselves to value character over reputation. Seneca warned that public applause can be a form of slavery. So your morning rule is simple. Do one thing that builds you, and tell nobody. Not because secrecy is edgy. Because secrecy is strengthening. When you don't announce your growth, you remove the pressure to perform it. When you don't seek applause, you learn to live without it. When you stop narrating your life, you start living it. Practical move. Choose one quiet action each morning that serves your self-respect. Examples. Read 10 pages of something that sharpens you. Do a short strength circuit in silence. Make your bed like you're a person who keeps promises. Drink water. Take your medication. Protect your health. Spend 5 minutes planning one hard conversation you keep avoiding. Then do not post it. Do not hint at it. Do not soft announce it. Let it be invisible. Let it be yours. If that triggers discomfort, good. That discomfort is the withdrawal. It's the part of you that has been trained to equate being seen with being safe. And I'm not saying don't share your life. I'm saying earn the right to share it by first building a core that doesn't need the share. Because here's the surreal truth. A fake society offers you a mirror, not a home. It reflects whatever gets attention. It does not shelter your soul. So if you chase the mirror, you'll keep running. If you build a home inside, you can walk away from the mirror without panic. And you'll notice something quietly powerful. When you stop needing people to validate you, you become harder to manipulate. You stop being baited by disrespect. You stop bargaining your integrity for belonging. You become calm. And calm people have options. Rule 3, turn your pain into a map, not a name tag. Most people carry pain into the morning like a passport. They use it to explain everything. I'm behind because. I'm angry because. I can't trust because. I'm not like other people because. Pain becomes identity. And identity becomes a cage. The Stoics never denied pain. They denied its authority. Epictetus taught that events don't control you, your judgments do. That doesn't mean, pretend it doesn't hurt. It means, don't let hurt become your narrator. Here's a situation almost every adult recognizes. You wake up and remember something that happened years ago. A betrayal. A humiliation. A loss. A parent who wasn't there. A relationship that rewired your nervous system. And your mind does what it always does. It starts replaying. It starts narrating. It starts building a courtroom where you argue your case. Not to heal, just to keep the wound familiar. Because familiarity feels like control. Here's a real-life version. You wake up and your mind runs the old highlight reel, the meeting where you got talked over, the text you never got back, the moment you felt small in front of people you wanted to respect you. Nothing is happening right now, yet your body reacts as if it's happening again. That's why mornings can feel like a fight. Not because the present is dangerous, but because the past is still loud. So when that reel starts, don't wrestle it. Label it. This is my mind trying to protect me with an old strategy. Then return to one anchor, breath, posture, and one next action. That is how you break the loop without drama. But the cost is massive. If your morning begins with your old story, your day will serve that story. So the rule is this. In the morning, don't ask, why did this happen to me? Ask, what does this pain want me to practice today? Practical move. Name the emotion like a scientist, not a victim. I feel dread. I feel resentment. I feel loneliness. Then ask, what is the smallest honorable action I can take anyway? This is Stoic strength. Not a speech. A choice. And this is where the Machiavellian lens helps, because it strips the social theater away. A lot of the pain people carry is amplified by performance. We don't just suffer. We imagine being watched suffering. We imagine being judged for suffering. We imagine being forgotten in suffering. So we carry the wound like a badge so someone will finally notice. But notice what's happening. You're giving your pain a job it can't do. Pain cannot love you. Pain cannot rescue you. Pain cannot make people fair. Pain can only inform you. So let it inform you. If you've been betrayed, maybe today you practice boundaries without bitterness. If you've been ignored, maybe today you practice self-respect without resentment. If you've been exhausted, maybe today you practice rest without guilt. If you've been anxious, maybe today you practice focusing on one controllable task at a time. And if you want a Stoic tool that works like a blade, use this. Negative visualization, but modernized. Not, imagine your loved ones dying, in a dramatic way. Instead, imagine losing one convenience you take for granted. Your phone. Your job title. Your health for 1 week. Your ability to drive. Your ability to scroll. Then return to your actual morning. Notice what's still here. Notice what you still have jurisdiction over. That shift turns your pain into perspective. It doesn't erase the wound. It stops the wound from steering the wheel. Because the goal isn't to become numb. The goal is to become free. Midway anchor, retention bridge. Halfway through, I want to name what's really happening. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're carrying invisible friction, micro-demands, micro-judgments, micro-fears, stacked on top of each other until your morning feels heavy. These 5 rules are not about becoming a different person overnight. They're about removing what's draining you so the real you can finally stand up. And the reason I keep saying, quietly, is simple. Quiet growth doesn't trigger sabotage. Loud growth does. When people sense you're changing, some will cheer, but others will test you, mock you, or subtly pull you back into your old role. So we build first. We reveal later. Rule 4, choose one discomfort on purpose. Here's a secret your nervous system already knows. If you don't choose discomfort, discomfort will choose you. Life will deliver it anyway. Deadlines. Traffic. Family conflict. Bills. Health scares. Unfair bosses. Random disrespect. Unexpected loss. So the Stoics practiced voluntary hardship, not because they loved suffering, but because they refused to be surprised by it. Seneca talked about rehearsing hardship in small doses so you don't collapse when it arrives in real life. Modern psychology calls it stress inoculation. Same idea, different language. This rule is where people either become stronger, or they quit. Because it requires action. Practical move. Every morning, pick one controlled discomfort that trains you. It can be small. But it must be real. Examples. A cold shower for 30 seconds. A short fast until lunch. A 20-minute walk without headphones. A difficult workout set you don't want to do. 10 minutes cleaning something you've been avoiding. Writing one honest message you've been delaying. The point isn't punishment. The point is proof. Proof that you can do hard things without theatrics. Proof that your mood doesn't get a veto over your discipline. And there's another layer, one that's especially relevant in modern society. A lot of people don't have a discipline problem. They have a comfort addiction. The world sells comfort like salvation. Food delivery. Endless entertainment. Instant dopamine. Soft explanations. Victim narratives that feel like community. And if you're not careful, you wake up and your entire morning becomes a negotiation with comfort. I'll start after I check this. I'll begin when I feel motivated. I'll change once people treat me better. Machiavelli would call that dangerous. Because comfort makes you governable. It makes you dependent. It makes you easy to pacify. So this morning rule restores your sovereignty. You practice discomfort by choice, so you don't fear it when it arrives without your consent. And here's the emotional part one want you to hear. This isn't about becoming hard. It's about becoming reliable. Reliable to yourself. If you've ever looked in the mirror and felt that quiet disappointment, because you know you've been abandoning yourself in small ways. This rule heals that. Not with words. With proof. One chosen discomfort a day becomes a quiet identity shift. You stop being someone who tries. You become someone who does. And when life hits you at 2 p.m., you don't collapse into shock. You say, "I've trained for this." Rule 5. Protect your morning energy like it's your last fire. This is the rule that separates disciplined people from powerful people. Discipline is doing the work. Power is keeping your energy from being harvested. Because the world is full of energy vampires with clean hands. They don't look evil. They look busy. They look needy. They look just checking in. They look like coworkers who always have a crisis. They look like family members who only call when they want something. They look like friends who turn every conversation into their emotional landfill. And you might be kind. You might be loyal. You might be the person who shows up. But if you don't learn to protect your morning energy, you will spend your best hours making other people feel better about the lives they refuse to build. The Stoics were not weak. They were deliberate. Marcus guarded his mind like a fortress, because he understood that the mind is the command center. If the command center is breached, everything else follows. So the morning rule is: set one boundary before the day starts. If you want to see this in the wild, watch how fake urgency works. Someone sends you a message that is urgent, but it's only urgent because they delayed. A coworker calls with panic, but they haven't done the basic steps. A family member drops a guilt bomb like it's love. And if you respond immediately, you teach them something. Your attention is available for rent. So protect it like a professional. Not cold. Not cruel. Just clear. When you delay a reply, you're not ignoring them. You're choosing your mind first, so when you do respond, you respond from strength, not from pressure. Not 10 boundaries. 1. A clean, calm, non-dramatic line. Practical move. Decide what you will not do before noon. Examples. No arguments before noon. No checking social media before noon. No emotionally loaded calls before noon. No problem solving for people who refuse to take responsibility. No responding immediately to messages that spike your heart rate. Then prepare one sentence you can use without guilt. Calm. Adult. Final. I can't do that this morning. I'll get back to you later. I hear you. I'm not available for that right now. I'm focusing on my priorities. Let's talk another time. Say it with respect. But say it like it's real. Now, here's the mistake 90% of people make that I promised. They protect their time, but they don't protect their attention. Time management without attention management is a lie. You can have time and still be drained. Because what drains you isn't the clock. It's the mental tug-of-war. One toxic conversation can steal a whole morning. One passive scroll can make you restless all day. One angry reply can pull you into a conflict that lives in your body for hours. So if you want the deepest form of morning protection, do this. Before you speak to anyone, decide what you are building today. Not what you are reacting to. Not what you are defending. What you are building. Because builders don't argue with the weather. Builders adapt and keep going. Builders don't waste their best energy performing outrage. Builders move stones. And if you want the Machiavellian truth about fake society, here it is. A performative world punishes quiet builders at first. Because quiet builders don't feed the theater. They don't join the gossip. They don't provide emotional entertainment. They don't collapse on cue. But over time, the same people who ignored you begin to feel something they can't name. Your stability. Your gravity. Your refusal to be pulled. Your ability to stay calm while others beg for attention. That's real authority. Not loudness. Not dominance. Presence. So protect your morning energy like it's the only fire you have left in a cold world. Because some mornings, it is. And when you protect it, you're not being selfish. You're being responsible. Because you can't pour into your family, your work, or your future from an empty core. Recap, close the loop plus reinforce learning. Let's recap the 5 rules. 1. Enter the day before the world enters you. 2. Starve the need to be seen. 3. Turn your pain into a map, not a name tag. 4. Choose one discomfort on purpose. 5. Protect your morning energy like it's your last fire, especially your attention. If you only remember one thing, remember this. The Stoics didn't build their philosophy in lecture halls for applauding crowds. They built it in private, through brutal, unglamorous inner work, because they knew an unexamined life is a slow kind of death. And that's why the morning matters. It's the last place where the world hasn't fully arrived yet. It's where you can still hear yourself. CTA, natural plus specific question. If this helped you, take one small action. Like the video so YouTube knows it's worth showing to someone else who's waking up in that same quiet battle. Subscribe to Stoic Craft if you want more Stoic philosophy that actually fits modern life, work stress, relationships, social pressure, and the psychological games people play. And I want to hear from you. Which rule are you going to practice tomorrow morning? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Comment, I build silently, and tell me your number. You don't need the world to see it yet. Build anyway, quietly, completely, like someone who already knows how the story ends. Because the ones who build in the dark are always the ones who eventually become the light.